Hey, it's Dania Denise here, and I've got modeling FAQ number 3 for you. Let's get right into it, because if you want to see about FAQ 1 and 2, all you got to do is visit my YouTube channel. So, modeling FAQ number 3. Am I too old to model? The question of age and modeling. It's an age-old question, pun intended, but I'm happy to tell you that a lot of what you're freaking out about when it comes to your age is really more hype than anything. The funny thing is, the whole saying that models are retired by the time they're 25 is kind of accurate, but there's actually more to the saying because it's not representative of the entire modeling industry, and that's what a lot of people don't realize or understand. So let me break it down for you. First of all, that saying is particular to female models that are in fashion, runway, and editorial. Okay? Notice I didn't say anything about the male models. Let me put this up front early on to get it out of the way. Men age well. Men do awesome in modeling when they are older. You have nothing to worry about in the majority of cases, even for fashion and runway. Male models get better looking with age. They grow into their looks. They can lead a prosperous runway fashion career into their 30s if they want to, especially if they book a lot of work and they grow to become high in demand. Print world and all that other stuff, age is not a factor either, especially for men. You can be in your 40s, 50s, 60s, heck, as long as you still look good, you can be in front of a camera when it comes to the print world. So guys, you might want to sit this post out simply because you just really have nothing to worry about, which makes me very jealous, by the way. Alright, ladies, I know you're super concerned about Father Time and how he can either make or break your modeling career. So let's get right into it. This part applies to young ladies that are interested in fashion and high fashion, runway, and or editorial modeling. Okay? Minimum age requirement for a majority of agencies in most markets is 13 or 14 years old. Okay? That's the minimum age you can usually be in order to submit your snapshots and information, attend casting calls, that kind of thing. The oldest average is 21, 22. The most elite high fashion agencies that are all about being super exclusive, typically in the New York market, will set the minimum age at 19 or even 20. Does that sound crazy? Of course it does, but that's what makes them so exclusive and why everyone wants to get into them. Now I will say that it's only a few of these agencies that have that strict of a maximum age requirement. So, that being said, the majority of other fashion agencies, even in the large markets, especially like LA, Miami, and in medium-sized markets, and of course smaller markets, will not stick to such a stringent maximum age cutoff because they know that they're eliminating a whole score of really potentially great models that could book them a lot of work and get them a lot more clients. So, a lot of them set it at 21, 22. However, in the LA market in particular, I've been noticing recently, they even set it to 25. I saw one agency that set it to 30. So, as you can see, they're doing their best to kind of give a wider space for models to start their careers, even if it's a little bit later in life. So, do not panic. If you are at the maximum age that an agency is looking for, or you're maybe a year before you hit that maximum age, that doesn't mean that you can't still apply. You're still within the age limit. So yes, even if the maximum age is 22 and you're 22, or you're 21 turning 22, that doesn't mean that you just can't ever submit and they just would never consider you, because you don't know that. You still fall within the requirements. So apply. What if you are 21 and the maximum age is 21 and you're going to turn 22 the following year? I would say submit anyway. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not the numerical age that is going to completely make a difference between whether an agency wants to sign a model or not, especially if you kept yourself up. I mean, you're in your early 20s. You shouldn't be like a bag of bones by that time, you know, and wrinkles and all that. If you look healthy, if you have the right look that they're looking for, you have the personality, and you have the drive, then that's what's going to matter. I get a lot of emails from models that say, well, I'm 25, but I look 19. That's great. You might get that compliment a lot, and it might be true. But that would be pushing it if you're specifically submitting to agencies that say we only want 19-year-olds, 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds. That doesn't mean you can't submit. Go ahead and submit, attend an open call, but ultimately they have a trained eye, agencies do. And there are certain things that the camera may capture that they will focus on that you may not necessarily think about that would, for whatever reason, make them not consider you based on age alone. So I would say feel free to submit anyway. Don't get your hopes up too high, but definitely submit and see what happens. If you get a response and they are interested in you, awesome. You fall into that very rare category of exceptions to the rule. If you don't hear back, or if they just flat out say no, then you know that you need to put your energy and focus into maybe print modeling or lifestyle modeling. Okay? So to quickly recap, if you are interested in fashion, high fashion, runway, editorial, minimum age, 13 to 14. Maximum age, in most cases, 21 to 22. Stricter ones, 19 to 20. More flexible ones, 25, maybe even up to 30 years old. That's why you have to visit the agency's websites. Each individual agency that you're interested in has a website if they're legit and established in most cases, and will show this information. So that's all you have to do. There's no universal age rule that all the agencies go by. They're their own businesses, and they get to call their own shots. So search high, search low, check out those websites. If you fall within the age range, even if you're at that maximum age range, submit. The worst they can say is no, and sometimes it takes a lot of no's to get one yes, but it takes that one yes to make things happen. Now, lifestyle, commercial print, mature modeling. These are all categories are open to age, quite literally. From teens to mature models, which are like 40s and older. There are also lifestyle models, which are technically commercial print models, but specifically ages 25 and older. And then there's regular commercial print, which kind of encompasses all ages. So it really depends on the market, the agency itself. Again, the websites will state this information. But if you are in your 20s, in your 30s, 40s, and you're interested in getting in modeling, definitely look for commercial print, lifestyle, mature modeling, real people models. These are keywords that if you see them mentioned in an agency's website, or if they have those divisions, then you know that's a good fit for you. If you go to an agency's website and they're only talking about high fashion, you don't see print anywhere, or if you go to their print category gallery and you see nothing but really young people, that's going to be a huge indicator that you may not particularly be what they're looking for. So sometimes they state it very explicitly on the website, and a lot of times you have to browse the website and look at who they're currently representing to see if you would fall within that group. All right? So I say all that to say that age does matter in modeling, but it doesn't have to matter as much as most people analyze it out to be. Don't scrutinize and just worry all day about whether you are too old to model, because that is only one factor. It's all about your look overall, your personality, your drive. Are you passionate about modeling? Do you get along well with the agency staff and clients? Are you personable? Are you hardworking? Do you handle rejection well? I mean, the possibilities and the list of factors that make for ideal model material for agencies is endless. So don't just be a stickler for age, because as long as you take care of yourself and you photograph well and you have that personality and you make things happen for yourself and you bang on the right doors and you network with the right people and put yourself out there, you're going to find a place for yourself in the industry. Whether you're 40 and decided you wanted to be a model and have always wanted to be a model and for whatever reason are just now starting, or whether you're a teen and you're trying to figure out if this is even something you really want to pursue seriously for fun or whatever. Age doesn't have to make or break the possibility of a modeling career. Not if you're looking in the right places, if you're looking at the right agencies, and if you're really staying true to the fact that you know you have what it takes. You can model well into middle age if you wanted to. And just because you wouldn't be doing it full time, if you did it part time, even if you only did like a shoot a couple months or so, you're still in it, you're still working, And agencies are definitely starting to see that age doesn't have to be a big deal. And so use that to your advantage. Don't be so quick to poo-poo the idea that you can't do modeling because you're just simply too old. You're never too old, and it's never too late to start. Even if you don't have experience and you're older, a lot of agencies will recognize if you pick up on things fast. Do you follow instruction well? Again, do you photograph well? Do you give them the poses that they're looking for? Catalogs, billboards, flyers, website, banners, advertising, it's all-encompassing. They're looking for people of all ages, all heights, all sizes, especially in the print world. So if fashion and runway is not a realistic possibility for you because of your age, then don't count yourself out too soon. Check out other categories of modeling that could be totally perfect for you. And as the years go by, you won't have to bite your nails and wonder if you're going to be replaced. It's as simple as that. So go for it. Again, the worst they can say is no. And at the end of the day, at least you'd have an answer and you'll know that you have tried. Hope you got a lot of information from this modeling FAQ number 3. Be on the lookout for FAQ number 4.